same time? I know you know when you're in the street and you get caught up for doing something and your wife leaves you or something like that, you get that Dear John letter in the mail. It's a tough one. And it said he entreated Abraham well for her sake, and he had sheep and oxen, and he asses and manservants and maidservants and she asses and camels. All this Abraham had when he went down into Egypt. And the Lord, listen to this, and the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Then God know Abraham just started walking with him. He know he's new and walking with God. He understands he made the decision. So he said, okay, you done got yourself in something. Now I know I got to come get you out. Has God ever got you out of a situation that you put yourself in? I just want to let you know that this is just real stuff. This is real stuff. This ain't a message that's going to make you jump up and down, but I just want to show you how real God is. That's what I want to show you. I mean, Abraham got himself in this. Now, God then went and plagued the whole house of Pharaoh because of the decision Abraham made. Have you ever did something that affected everybody else and had nothing else to do with it?
Preach fast.
I got locked up at my mother's house. She ain't had nothing to do with it. She ain't had nothing to do with it. They ain't searching through her stuff. If I get locked in there, they gonna come to my house with me and my wife, and they be searching through all our stuff. Locking them up too. That's how they do now. When you get caught up with somebody, they lock everybody up. So one person confess to it. We live in a new day and age where don't nobody confess to doing nothing, so everybody's going down. Amen. That verse? Amen. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh in his house with a great plague because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. And Pharaoh called Abraham and said, what is this that thou hast done unto me? I'm not going to use the King James Version. He said, why didn't you tell me that she was thy wife? The Pharaoh's like, man, I don't know what the plague was, but it must be something serious. And the Pharaoh must have started thinking like, hold up, man. This thing didn't start until this woman showed up. So the Pharaoh wasn't dumb. He was pretty smart. Because he immediately went and got Abraham and said, Abraham, why did you lie and tell me that this woman was thy sister? She was your wife. The whole place is plagued. God had moved. And this is what he tell Abraham. He said, why did you say she was your wife? And he said, she is my sister. No, Pharaoh said, why sayest thou she is my sister? So I might have taken her to be my wife. So Pharaoh said, well, if I would have known she was your wife, I wouldn't have been trying to take her. I was going to wife her. That's what Pharaoh was saying. Pharaoh was saying that I was going to get her to be my wife. But I can't get her to be my wife because she already your wife. That man can't be your husband because he already somebody else's husband. Right. That woman can't be your wife because she already somebody else's wife. Amen. Pharaoh didn't say, well, can she have a friend? Pharaoh didn't say that. He didn't wonder if she could have a friend, a little something on the side. Pharaoh didn't say that. Pharaoh wasn't happy with that. But basically, Pharaoh said, no, she's your wife. You got to take her. I can't do nothing with her. Even though Pharaoh didn't honor God, he honored marriage. And he didn't even get the commandments at the time, but he honored marriage. Yeah. He honored marriage. And he says, now therefore, behold thy wife. He said, take her. Take her and go thy way. Take her and go. Let's get out of here. And then he said, and Pharaoh commanded that him, his men, and everything they had, he said, on all the stuff we gave y'all to take that too. The camels that he had, the men had, take all that with you. I don't know what that plague was, but it was serious. The Pharaoh said, man, you, your wife, and even the slaves that Pharaoh gave him to wait on him, first one, you can have them too. Go ahead, you can have them too. I don't want them. But there goes God's test versus your mess. So God cleaned up your mess because you couldn't pass his test. That's what God is doing a lot of times. You're making a mess, and God got to come with the paper towels, and he got to clean it on up. The quicker pick up the boundary. Some people got it, they may get that one tomorrow. That's cool. Call me and I'll explain it to you again. But see, that's the thing of your test and God's mess. I mean, your mess versus God's test. I got to know he says that when we coming out of, let's go back to our title text in Hebrews, chapter 12. Speaking on God's test and man's mess. God's test and man's mess is when you put more on you. Man's mess puts more on him than he can handle or bear. Me and Bettina, right here, we went down to Howard University Thursday. Since I do personal training, I went down to Howard University to the gastro bypass meeting. People that get gastro bypass surgeries due to their weight, excessive weight loss and things like that. So I go there, and try to pick up clients, and I just go there to learn and see what's going on. And there were some people there that were large. They were large people. And there's nobody, there's not even two of you in here that's the size of some of these people are.
That's right.
Down there. These people are large. And I'm not meaning large and in charge. They've lost all charge. They're just large. And I'm not being funny, but what I'm saying is this. And the big thing about it, why they're this size, because they have let themselves go. And while I was in there, I'm always looking for an analogy because I'm not just like an analogy. I used to rap, I use a lot of analogies like that. God just began to speak to me. And I was like, man, I thought about this movie I seen called Shallow Hal. You ever seen the movie where the guy would look at the big girls, they would look skinny, and the skinny girls, they would look big? And I was getting to wonder, I said, these people are physically obese because of their weight. And I'm speaking on weight today. And I said, I wonder when God looks at us spiritually, are we obese spiritually? With the weights that we take on, have we become spiritually obese? Think about it. Those people are large in that way because they can't even stop themselves from eating some type of disorder. But my thing is they want to get the weight off. And they're there because they want to get this, find out about the procedure. And what the procedure does is that they're going to cut off, what is it, Bertina? Like they're going to stop whatever channels, I don't know the correct doctor term, but whatever that goes through your stomach and allows you to go down your stomach, what they're going to do is make you a stomach like the size of your thumb, right?
Right.
That's what they do. They're going to make you a stomach the size of your thumb. To bypass your stomach, that's why it's called gastro bypass, to make you another stomach the size of your thumb, whereas though your intake is smaller because you can't seem to control your eating, so they're going to create a little stomach for you. And I thought about that. I said, man, you mean to tell me that to me, it seems kind of crazy that somebody can't stop themselves from eating. And one lady was in the back, she was talking about, how did you let yourself get that big? And I was like, well, how do we let ourselves go spiritually and mentally? Because my thing is that if you're eating everything, it's just like letting yourself go as far as living a non-spiritual life. You just allow anything in your life. Or they say you just allow anything on your plate. And that's what they were talking about. But the big thing, they were talking about what they allowed on their plate. So basically what they do, they create this stomach for them that will not allow them to have the intake that they had before through the surgery. Now, I've heard it said that when you walk with God and you receive Jesus, that along your walk, you will not have the same cravings for the things that you once had said before. Once he get in and do the surgery to you, and